It's Week 16 of the 2022 season. Up next, we'll see Ryan Tannehill. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Titans and the Texans. All that and more coming up next.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today, it's a good matchup in the AFC South between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. Brennan Gordon alongside, as always, my partner, Charles Davis. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here come the Titans for their first possession on offense, and leading them out in his fourth season with the team, 10th overall in the NFL, Ryan Tannehill.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Tannehill's throw is on target to Burks. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 13 carries, 58 yards.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. So nothing doing there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. Back deep is Phillip Dorsett. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 16. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. 13 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. they'd like to do their best to keep him out of the end zone in this one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. On third down, here's Mills. And that will be incomplete.
They're such a talented team of defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
On fourth down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
A first down carry for Henry. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Henry. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Texans here on third down putting an extra defender in the secondary. Now it's Tannehill. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was third down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to first down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a first down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Well, it's a jet sweep, the football to Woods, and he stopped immediately there. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Chigakonkwo, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are on the board first here this afternoon. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Bullock good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. Evaluate this skill and make the changes that you need to.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw, Mills. And that is incomplete. Here's Matt Araiza now. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out come the Titans now. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Tannehill. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tannehill now to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Tannehill. He finds his man, complete. That's Phillips. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Now Tannehill. This is caught. It's Woods. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tannehill. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Back to throw, Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Chigakaklo. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Titans have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Extra point and good by Bullock. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Looking to throw is Mills. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. After the interception, here's Tannehill. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On second down, here's Henry. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Tannehill on third down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Woods. And he will have a Titans first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 9-yard.
They'll run it again with Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jeff Swaim, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that, because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try to mount a comeback.
Bullet good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now Mills finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down
First and 10, it's Pierce. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And Pierce gets it again on second down. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Here's Mills. He'll complete this one to Collins. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. Over the middle, complete. That's Pierce. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. To throw again on second down. Mills. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Throwing. Mills. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. From the 40 now on second down. Tannehill. Check down here for Henry. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but
you don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mills now. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On second down, here's Pierce. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Mills to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him. And we'll step aside for a moment. Matt Araiza now on to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From his goal line here, Tannehill. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Phillips now from the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Malik Collins breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball. 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Mills. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Mills steps away, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Texans send the punter out. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Tannehill. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tannehill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Tannehill. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. The Texans back out there and ready to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Mills throw taken in there by Cooks. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Again, it's Mills. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Denver Broncos. And then finally, time to unwind on Monday night. It'll be the Chargers and Colts from Indianapolis at 8:15 Eastern Time sharp. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. And meanwhile, for the Titans, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Third and short yardage, Mills. And that will be incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll start with a give to Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And brought in downfield by Burks. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. Taken down at the 42. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Tannehill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Henry up the middle. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Tannehill on 1st down. Running the slant, that's Robert Woods. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. This will be caught just inside the 10. 2nd and 3 from the 9.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw is Tannehill. This is caught. And it's a Titans touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead is up to 18 now. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a Robert Woods touchdown reception. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now out comes Houston. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw is Mills. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. Pierce now up the middle. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And they'll go right. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and that might be Titan football. It is. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
It reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They run wide side with Henry. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Houston set to take over. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Now Mills.
Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Look at the spin. 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Jalen Petrie coming up to bring him down.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Bro, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. And the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Tannehill now to throw.
That's caught. Left side, it's Burks.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 21.
They'll get things started with a carry by Pierce.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. From the 30 on 2nd down, Mills. This one good for a 1st down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A 1st down throw for Mills. Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, I could put my defensive cap on right now. They're saying don't give up any big plays now. Control this game through. And all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Mills now. Pass caught on the out route by Mechie. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Now a dump off here complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Mills. This will be complete to Mechie. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Going for it with Pierce.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Henry. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Now Tannehill. And he's got his big tight end here.
And he will have a Titans first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Right side complete, that's Woods. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
second down and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Inside handoff, Henry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
112 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
37-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill.
And that is incomplete. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or did they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 25-yard line.
A toss right to Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. In search of 8 yards on third down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Tannehill to the sideline. Randy Bullock out now for the Tennessee field goal.
This to make it a 3-score game late. Bullock's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense set to regain possession. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. On 1st and 10, Mills.
And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down.
A second down throw from Mills.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pierce. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Mills again. To Pierce, they set up the screen.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Texans on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 5.
Give to Pierce.
And he's got the first down. Yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Mills now from the 50. Got a man. It's Collins, complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. First down, Mills. Another one caught by Collins.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Throwing, Mills.
Throw complete right side to Cooks.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Looking to throw is Mills. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
They'll try and run for it and try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he'll get this one up to the 26.
He was brought down at the 26. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Titans, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Dallas Cowboys next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.